The elderly man noticed the driver making a mistake. The woman was about to leave for a meeting. The elderly man, aware of the safety risk, went downstairs to find the driver. He told the driver not to drive today. After the woman got in the car, the driver looked back at the elderly man. He had to take a sick day. The elderly man became the temporary driver. In just a few minutes, the woman had to deal with her mom's calls and handle company matters. When they arrived at the destination, the woman told the elderly man to head back to the office. She would take a cab when she was done, but the elderly man said he would wait. An hour later, the woman returned, clearly upset. It was obvious her work wasn't going well. The elderly man didn't ask anything. That night, he got a call from the assistant. He'd be driving again tomorrow. The next morning, the elderly man arrived at the woman's house. He rang the doorbell and went back to the car. A man stopped him and invited him inside for a cup of coffee. The elderly man met the little girl. The little girl really liked him, but the woman was caught off guard. She didn't like colleagues getting involved in her personal life. The elderly man understood. He apologized in the car. The woman had already texted HR to have him reassigned because she felt the elderly man was too observant of people. The elderly man had no idea. He only knew the woman was a serious and responsible boss to give customers a surprise when they received packages. She would personally go to the warehouse to teach the workers how to pack. He started to admire the young, capable woman. Looking up, he noticed the elderly man hadn't left yet. Clearly, he was waiting for him. So, the woman gave him some food as a thank you. The woman was curious about what the elderly man had done before retiring. He used to be in sales. The woman realized this place used to be a printing factory. The elderly man had worked here for 40 years. She helped him set up a social media account. Soon, she realized that even though they were 40 years apart, they had a lot of the same interests. This made her feel more comfortable than ever. So comfortable, in fact, that she fell fast asleep in the car. Her resistance to the elderly man completely disappeared. She started to appreciate him. The next day, the woman got into the car full of energy, but the driver had been switched. That's when she realized she had the elderly man reassigned yesterday. The new driver not only didn't know the route, but almost caused an accident. In the end, the woman had to drive herself. When they got to the office, she rushed to find the elderly man and apologize. By then, he'd been assigned to another colleague to buy coffee. And so, the elderly man ended up becoming the woman's intern again.